37.78. That's how many times better you could be by this time next year if you were to just get 1% better every day for the next 365 days.
Get better every single day.
And that's possible if you hold the Kaizen mentality.
Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better.
Kaizen is the Japanese philosophy for constant improvement.
Right? And you do that over a period of time, and then you get to where you want to go.
It's a philosophy that turns every day into an opportunity for us to grow and improve, even if it's only by 1%. See, the definition literally states that Kaizen is not about becoming invincible, but rather unstoppable. And see, that's why I believe it's time for our Kaizen arc.
Get serious.
It's time for us to improve every day, even if it's only by a fraction.
What do you want to do economically? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What would you like to have? What would you like to share?
Because why shouldn't we want to improve? Why shouldn't we want to get better?
How much would you like to earn? How far would you like to go?
Shouldn't we want to see just how great we could actually become? Like, imagine not only looking back in a year's time to see how far we've come, but imagine the confidence we will have built up in ourselves. Imagine the sense of accomplishment we will feel as a result.
And I made a promise to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets.
And if you want to have a Kaizen mentality, you must first change your perception. You need to start seeing everything as something that is moving. What I mean by this is you need to start seeing everything in your life as something that is either growing or declining, because the maintenance state, which is the level most people believe they can stay at if they just keep doing the same things they are already doing every day, doesn't actually exist. Because while they may actually be able to maintain that level they are at for a while, eventually over time they will start to decline from that level because they've stopped trying to improve. And if you stop trying to improve at something, you will begin to plateau and eventually decline. Like in the gym, for example, if you just stick to the same workout routine for a prolonged period of time, eventually you will no longer be getting any more new gains from that routine, unless you increase the reps or increase the weight. And another example is the guy in a job that just does what he needs to do in order to maintain his same standard every day. Over time, he will eventually lose interest in his job because he stopped looking for new goals to achieve. And in reality, that is the state in which most people are stuck in. A state of believed maintenance. But it doesn't exist. Because if you are not growing, you are declining. You can only be one of the two. See, by holding a Kaizen mentality, it means we no longer shut down that inner voice that is trying to get us to do the things that will improve us. Where most people say, I'll do it tomorrow, with the Kaizen mentality, we are excited to take action now because we view it as an opportunity to grow, and we understand that it will have a huge compounding effect for our future growth. Because it's not about trying to do everything at once and be everything at once. The goal is just for us to be better than we were yesterday.
90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not going to feel perfect every day. There's got to be those days you push through.
And by doing that, it will mean every day we are essentially making progress and getting wins.
When you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success.
And a practical way to apply the Kaizen philosophy to your life is to break down any large task, goal, or habit you have been putting off into smaller steps that will allow you to take action right away. In simpler terms, make it as easy as possible to start into your tasks so that you don't procrastinate. Maybe you can't study for an hour, but come on, you could study for 5 minutes. Maybe you can't do a Goggins-esque workout in the gym, but again, you could do 20 push-ups. And these tasks wouldn't actually take that much effort to start into, and they are still allowing you to improve because they are better than doing nothing. See, I heard Kobe Bryant saying something similar to this, and yes, I reference him a lot, but his work ethic really inspires me. I'm paraphrasing this, but he mentioned how every person has the ability to put one foot in front of the other, and he said, if you're saying you're going to climb Mount Everest and you're at the bottom looking at the top, you're going to end up saying, there's no way I could climb that. But he said, if you break it down into sections and just put one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. By the time you know it, you're at the top of the mountain. And by doing this, you aren't going to be making huge growth all at once, but you are still going to be on the side of improvement because you are making positive changes. And you need to keep breaking down the tasks in front of you until it registers in your mind that I could do this right now. And the interesting thing is, after you have studied for 5 minutes, you will most likely end up doing a full study session, or after just hitting 20 push-ups, you will probably end up doing a full workout because you have overcame that difficult barrier to entry. Like you've heard it before, how starting is always the hardest part. So if you can break down any difficult task you have in front of you into smaller steps that just make it easier for you to take action, well then that's going to make starting so much easier, because Newton's first law literally states how an object at rest stays at rest and an object in motion stays in motion. So if you have found the courage to start into a task, you're most likely going to keep doing the task. And that's why the Kaizen mentality is great, because if you find there's an important habit or task you've been avoiding, you can now actually start doing it by using the Kaizen method. And I'm going to be applying this mindset to my reading habit because it's something I used to regularly do, but over these last few weeks I've been putting it off, and I want to start routinely doing it again because I know there is so much value to be gained from books. So find that thing you've been putting off and apply this tactic to it. And remember, the goal is not to have an epic transformation in just one day. The true goal is to be better than you were yesterday, day in and day out, because that's what consistency is, and that's what we will need in order to experience a life of continuous improvement.
Now, you wake up every single day to get better today than you were yesterday. Now, it doesn't matter what you are. You're a basketball player, a hockey player, golf player, painter, right? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Right, you try to reach your full potential by getting better every single day, and that's the quest.
Because when you think about it, there really is no limit to how great our potentials could be if we just commit to getting better every day.
One good day where you eat clean, you drink a lot of water, and you, like you did, you got that day, you woke up, you put your shoes on, you went for a run, you worked out your driveway, you got a good day in.
Yep.
That's sometimes all you need to do, and decide, this is what I do from now on. I have good days.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be another good day, and then I'm going to force myself into another good day, and the next thing you know, I've got some momentum.
And if we just keep making the most of every day, asking ourselves, how could this be better, or how can I make myself better, well, there's just no way we aren't going to experience so much growth. And as always, subscribe so you can join this community of like-minded people trying to improve. Through hard work we grow. Peace.
God is great.
Is it that simple?
God is great. Don't get no simpler than that, bro.
Did you know that? I mean, everybody knows that, but the way you know it now, did you know it before that incident took place?
You can know it all you want, but until you got to pick up that cross that you can't carry, and he picks it up for you and carries you and the cross, then you know.